when you get this far, Lizzie, the only problem is the mind.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Only that. There's nothing wrong. Consciousness is fine. Awareness is fine. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling is fine. Have a problem. It's no, they don't. The seeing doesn't say, "Oh shit, my eyesight's getting worse." It's not dualistic.
No.
Yeah. But then there's the mind, the dualistic mind, which creates seeming other here, there, creates a seeming person here. When you analyze that, yeah, you see that the seeming person here is based on memory, which are all thoughts, which all just happened at any, if you want to say a now is a short period of time, at any short period of time, those thoughts just happen. In any moment, those thoughts just happen. I don't know. Yeah. The idea of taking responsibility for thoughts is just a thought.
But it's like interpretation goes on all the time, yes. So the seeing, but the one who sees is an interpretation of the seeing.
It's also the one who
analysis of the seeing in a way.
Yeah. Let's look at that. The one who sees, what does it say?
Well, there isn't a one who sees.
Really?
No, I don't think there is. There is only just seeing. Now there's awareness of seeing.
Is it the one that's aware?
There is no one who's aware. There's just awareness.
Good. So what does non-duality mean?
Well, non-duality is what happens before all these parts come into being, like that.
Non-duality means one without a part.
Yeah, that's what's there before all the parts.
Good. One, but there are no parts. That creates the parts.
The idea of parts.
Correct. Now, in reality, are there parts?
No, there isn't.
Good. So it's all one.
Yeah.
Yeah, all one. So one is the thinker. One is the beingness.
Yeah.
One is the awareness.
Yeah.
One is the seer, hearer, taster, toucher, smeller. One.
Yeah, right. Of course you are. Otherwise, you're inventing individual, separate things.
Yeah. So, what's the problem? If we were to try and find a problem, what would it be?
I believe my mind.
The mind.
That's the problem.
Yeah, just the mind. And why is it?
It's not me who believes the mind.
I know.
Is a belief system. It's a belief system that.
Yeah, but good. But that belief system is just a story.
It's a habit, isn't it?
It's a story.
Well, it's still a story.
It's a story.
It's a story about a habit.
Yeah, a story about a belief system. Really, if you look at it.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it's a story about a belief system. There's no one believing.
And there's no such thing as a belief system.
Right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. So I'm just trying to get you to see what this motherfucker does, what it does. Yeah. And then
what it's been trained to do in its defense.
It's totally conditioned. Of course, it's not really a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, it's just there's no one there to be a motherfucker. Yeah. The thoughts themselves are not an entity in and of themselves. The thoughts themselves aren't creating the thoughts.
Now that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, who's the
Or
thinker?
one thought, but always follows another, as if.
I know, but there's an yes, but there's an intelligence behind that thought or those thoughts. Absolute intelligence behind those thoughts. Otherwise, your thoughts would be just fucking random and they'd be all over the place and you'd have no reference point at all. They'd just be random all over the place. But there's an intelligence, there's a pattern when it comes to thoughts.
A pattern of thoughts.
Yes, an intelligent pattern of thoughts. Yep. It's a dualistic intelligent pattern of thoughts. Yes, but there's an intelligence behind it. Of course there is.
How can you have a dualistic intelligence?
No. Well, that's a very good question, actually. That's a very, very good question. So there's two things that are going on. Yeah, there's what human beings would call our IQ. Yeah, an intelligence, but that intelligence is a dualistic intelligence, and it can be used. There's nothing wrong with it. That computer that you're staring at right now was an idea that arose in somebody's mind one time. Just arose. Yeah. So it's the dualistic intelligence, which is being apparently used here, is fine, but it's limited. So there's that. Yeah. But what is it that's responsible for the dualistic intelligence? The non-dual. There's your intelligence. That's the true intelligence. Yeah. Source, as it's sometimes called, Lizzie. God, as it's sometimes called, Lizzie. Yeah. If you have absolutely come to see that this seeming person that's here is not the thinker, then something is.
Something's thinking.
Because it's happening, right? Now, when you see that for yourself, yeah, thinking just happens. When you know that for a fact, thinking just happens, yeah? It automatically, there's an understanding that also happens in everybody else, the other 8 billion people on the planet. Yeah. Now, what kind of intelligence do you think it would be that could do that? What kind of mind do you believe it could be that could do that? Let's view it as one mind, and all the thoughts that are going on in the 8 billion people on the planet are being produced by this one mind. Now think of the intelligence there. There's an intelligence. Yeah.
You talk about that as if it was separate from consciousness, though.
No. It is consciousness. It is consciousness. It is all one. Yeah. It's just that when we're on this path trying to unravel everything, the only instrument we've got is a dualistic instrument. Thoughts, speech, the only instrument we've got. Yeah. And to try and get the one back to the one, yeah, that's the only instrument we've got. So then we start saying things like there's consciousness, there's awareness, there's seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, there's beingness. It all gets divided up. Dualistically, it gets divided up. But in reality, there is no division in it at all. It's all one. All one. One being, one intelligence, one knowing, one power, one. But we can't understand that. So we divide it up. We divide it up. Yeah. Christians are classics at that. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Jesus Christ. They've created, God is three. Now God is 3 persons.
Yes.
Holy shit. What? And then in the next breath, they'll say, but God is one. Okay. Help me understand that. Help me understand that. So the problem, if there is a problem, and there's not, by the way, there's not a problem, right? But if there was a problem, the only thing that you could identify to be the problem is thoughts.
Yes.
Just thoughts. And they're not actually a problem. Because even when they're creating a seeming me, which we would then deem as being a problem, that creation of a seeming me isn't an entity. It's not real. So it's not a problem. It's not real. It's an imagined entity, an imagined person. Yeah, that started to come online around the age of 2. You learn your name, you learn your mum's mum, you learn your dad's dad, and a little bit more conditioning gets put in there, and a bit more conditioning gets in there. And then this presence, this beingness, yeah, thoughts starts to say, I am this. I am this presence. I am this beingness. This is me. And that's a lie. But that's where it started. And then it just gradually got piled on and piled on and piled on and piled on. And then there's an agreed reality, and it has to be that way. That's all part of the programming, if you like, an agreed reality. Yeah, I'm a me, you're a me, of course. Would be the agreed reality. Yeah. But when you actually go looking for the me, when you actually start to investigate, what the hell is this me? What is it? What is it that produces this idea of a me? Thoughts. Just thoughts. Yeah. Then, but those thoughts, this is where it's difficult, Lizzie, those thoughts are also saying, I am here. I can see, hear, taste, touch, smell. I can feel. I
feel
can
my legs without touching them.
Exactly. Touche. Right? And this says all of that. Yeah? It is me that's present. It is me that's experiencing things here. It's me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not me that's experiencing things here. It's the one. The one. Creating the whole show. It's the one. It's only the one that could see. Which eliminates it being a me that's seeing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So here you are. Boom. The problem is we take this, here you are, to be the me. That's the only problem, Lizzie. That's the only problem. Now we need to find out if that's true or not. That's all. Is it true or not? Is it true that it's me sitting here and I can feel and I can taste and I can touch? The me I'm talking about, the me. Is this experience here of here-ness, of nowness, is this being experienced by a me? It's not hard to work out that it's not.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
something else we looked at. It has no concrete essence to it. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Then we've got to ask ourselves the question, okay, that all makes logical sense. I understand that. Yeah,
totally good, right? At an understanding level, intellectual level.
Got it. Yep. So we've got that. Yeah. But why is it? Why is it? Then?
Why doesn't anything change?
Yeah, well, because there's one more step. What? Yeah. Why is it then that even given the fact that I know that, why is it that I still feel like I'm experiencing me here? Because that's the bottom line. We can have this profound understanding, Lizzie, but if we're really honest, and we have to be, in the final analysis, even with that understanding, it still feels like it's me sitting here. Now, what the fuck do I do with that? With this profound understanding I have, what do I do with this notion, this idea that it's me that's here and is conscious and aware and awake and is experiencing things? What do I do with that?
There's something about the way that we perceive the me as being a me when it isn't a me. Maybe it never was a me that we thought we were. Do you know?
I do know. That's the inquiry right there. That's the inquiry. What's the truth?
Well, the thing is, Terry, there's nothing wrong with feeling like it's a me. Maybe the one feels like it's a me. It's the one that's feeling like the me, not the me that's feeling like a me.
Good. Says what? Thoughts.
It's the thought that came to that conclusion. Yeah.
Just thoughts. And the thoughts aren't true.
No. No, it's a fucking
So
piece of
it's yeah. So it's even a thought. Yeah. Me is here experiencing life. That's a thought. What if that statement, me is here experiencing life, was not true? In fact, why would we say it's true? That statement, me is here experiencing life.
Why would we say it's true?
Yeah.
Because it's the common understanding.
I understand that. Okay, so I'll rephrase the question. Why would you say it's true? It's not your common understanding.
No, why would... It's habit. It's just habit.
It's just thoughts. It's
Yeah.
thoughts, honey. Yeah. And they just keep folding in on themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say, yeah, the mind is just a myriad of different stories. Story within story, within story, within story, within story, within story, within story, story, including the story. I believe the story. I believe the thoughts. I believe that they're my thoughts. I'm responsible for that. That's also just a story in the mind as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not in there. You're not in there. That story's got nothing to do with you. Nothing. I mean, nothing to do with you. Nothing. You're not that phantom person that the mind has created. You're not that. But you're here. Now we just got to get you past this idea that this that is here is Lizzie or me. How could it be? How could this that is here possibly be a me? How? It's
I can
how?
only answer that by saying that at the level, by saying it can't be a me because I understand there is no me. It's a construct from my thoughts.
Right. So if that's the case, what's this?
This is just immediately now.
Go there.
This whole
there, Lizzie. Go
this
there.
whole meing business is just immediately nowing.
But in the I like that. In the absolute immediacy of now, can a me be experienced?
No. Nonsense.
Then here you are.
It's
here you are.
Much too heavy.
Yeah. Here you are.
Mm.
That the me character has been looking for the whole time is just this.
So how come I know that in the immediate now, and then I don't know it next instant, like it goes, like all back again.
Easy. That's easy, Lizzie. There's a shift of attention. There's a shift of interest. A shift, that's all. A shift. See, mind will say the immediacy of now and this seeming experience of now is kind of, what? I don't know. That's what the mind says, right?
You see, I'm not sure quite if that's right, because the thing is, I can't tell myself, I can use you for a leg up, but if you're not there, I haven't got a leg up. So, what's that about?
You can't get a better leg up than just here. That's your leg up, it's your leg over, it's your leg, it's the end, your end. That's the end. You're the leg up. Stop taking yourself to be something that you've created that you're not. Stop it. You did it, by the way. You did it.
I know, quite fancy, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say, you know, for us to have this seeming human experience, that we actually are has to forget what it is to then believe this.
Yeah.
Has to forget what it is. There's no other way it could happen. Imagine being a human being, yeah, and being one as well. You couldn't be a human being and one as well.
No.
So for the one to have this seeming idea of an experience, it creates thoughts, mind. And it's only the thoughts that divide as an idea, as a thought. Just a thought.
Mm.
You know, a tree separate from that tree is a thought. You know, there's no connection between that tree and that tree is a thought. If all is one, then the thought, that tree is separate from that tree, is false. Or that tree is not connected to that tree is false. Even the idea of that's a tree is false.
Mm.
That's not a, yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say there is it's mind that creates things. Now, I will not, some people will, but I refuse to say that nothing is happening. I refuse to say that because something is happening, right? But it's not a thing.
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
Yes.
Yeah?
It's
It's
energy.
mind that creates the seeming things. You could call it energy. Yep. Bob, my teacher, would call it an intelligence energy. Okay. It's pretty good description, but it's still a description.
Yes, it still makes it a thing.
Correct.
Mm.
Anything we say about it, because we only have dualistic language, we're going to make a thing out of it.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm trying to get you to see, is that's what dualistic language does and is for, to create seeming things. But it's never what we think it is, ever.
Yeah.
Not. Yeah? But we take what we think it is to be what it is.
Yeah.
That's the only way the mind could work. That's why when I say, you know, strip away the labels, now what is it? And we kind of go, well, we've done is strip the labels away. I haven't removed the apparent tree. It's still there, right? And then I say, let's strip away the labels. You know, it's just an experiment with mind when I ask people to do that. Strip away the labels, all the labels that are associated with you believing that to be a tree. Let's strip all the labels, all the words away from it. Now, what is it? And everyone goes quiet.